Dr. Kemi Lawrence, it's Sunday, the 13th of October, 2024. Remembering Rico Swavey 2 years ago today, October 13th, 2022, Rico passed away after a ghastly motor accident in Aja, Lagos. Everybody remembers this gentle heart, this really nice young man who simply went to dinner with a female friend and dropped her off. After dropping her off, Rico was on his way home, and right around the Abraham Adesanya roundabout, a very notorious median and very poorly lighted at night. Rico was coming at high speed and he crashed into the median, totaling his car and just resulting in several injuries. He had a lot of head injuries. A Uber driver that said he flew past him at the speed became the Good Samaritan, and he was rushed to Doran Hospital. This is what the car looked like in the morning when I went to see it at the point before the police towed it away. It was just horrible. Rico was taken to Doran Hospital, where at 2 o'clock in the morning they didn't have a neurologist available, so they referred him to be rushed right away to Evercare Hospital. In the process of waiting for the transportation, and there wasn't an ambulance right away, people heard some nurses giggling and somebody videotaping, and the whole information went on social media as misinformation. And the person actually taping was his female friend who had to be called and came back to the scene. It was really sad that night. Even when his family came, they refused to move him to Evercare at first because they just wanted someone to treat him at Doran. But he had suffered neurological injuries. By the time he got to Evercare, he had already had some significant amount of bleeding in the brain because Rico was actually bleeding in his ears, and that signifies brain damage. At the end of the night, early in the hours of the 13th of October, he passed away. We lost Rico. This was the tweet that came out of his account on the 13th. We lost our boy. We lost Rico. I always tell people speed kills, slow down, regardless. There were issues with, was Rico drunk? He had a glass of alcohol, but he wasn't drunk. He was not even in the, drunk limit. He was within the legal limits of driving. And during hospital, I contacted right away. I did an investigation on this very promptly. And I asked Doran Hospital exactly what happened and that they really need to release a statement regarding everything they told me. And the medical director released a statement. I went on Leadership Newspaper's Twitter space. That's a major newspaper in Nigeria. And I was a guest along with Benga Akosile, who was the Minister of Information, I believe, for Lagos State, where I challenged him to ambulatory services, ambulances that's able to take people instead of Uber drivers who become Good Samaritans and then move them to another hospital if they have to. The Lagos State government promises all these things, but we never see them. I also spoke about the road. Why hasn't the Lagos State government put a light at that intersection, which is notorious for accidents? It's not well lit at night. At the end of the day, the nurses giggling section was very important. The Nigerian National Association of Nurses spoke out and said it was not the nurses that were actually giggling, and it was not like they didn't care. Everybody came to defend themselves with the facts that we needed. But at the end of the day, we lost Rico. And I want to say something because earlier that year, Chopboi was also killed. He was murdered in some kind of cultist killing. He went to record at a producer's house, and some men entered there and they killed everybody, including the girlfriend. Wrong place at the wrong time. At the end of the day, Rico and Chopboi were very good friends. And this is what Rico wrote. on the death of Chopboi, actually saying that, oh, Instablog never posted him until he died. Nobody posted his music until they died. And Rico was vowing for justice for Chopboi on this post. I did look into the possibilities that Rico's car was tampered with because of the people that killed Chopboi allegedly, but there wasn't anything. It was just what they call it in the dictionary, an accident. But one thing he said here was that we should start to appreciate people when they're alive. Start celebrating people when they're alive, because you never know. Rico has left us, Chopboi has left us, and a lot of others. Celebrate life, people, while people are here. Patrick was very nice. He was very nice to me. He was one of my fans. He liked my work. And I want to say, rest in peace, young man. We miss you. We really miss you. May your family be consoled forever. Rico Swavey would not even hurt anyone. Rest in peace, Patrick.